joining us outside the courthouse is Court TV crime and justice correspondent Matt Johnson. Matt, well, you people there were able to listen and watch the openings. We read about them from Emanuela's notes out of the courtroom, and just reading it is fascinating, and it's a lot of what we expected, and we got a little feel for the defense. Let's start with the openings from the state of Idaho.
That's right. Good afternoon, Ted. So Emanuela is our field producer in that courtroom, seated next to Chanley Painter, our other correspondent, as we're giving you this team coverage throughout the day, hour on the hour. So I can tell you from the overflow room, because I'm able to step out and do these reports for you, in the overflow room, we can see defendant Lori Daybell. She is in a white shirt with a black blazer over it. She tilts her head as she listens to the state paint a picture that she was influenced by money, greed, and she conspired to kill Tammy Daybell and her 2 children. This is one of the powerful statements that prosecutors led off with this morning, saying, quote, money, power, and sex, that's what this case is about. It didn't matter what obstacles she had to remove to get what she wanted. They went on to say this, also very impactful. You may hear that the defendant started telling people about a rating system of light and dark. She said that with the help of Chad, she could rate people as light or dark. A person could be so dark and a spirit so evil they would become a zombie. And you can't cast a zombie out, but a common theme as the body had to be destroyed. We are going to hear more about that theme and how she felt that the people that the state says that they killed, her 2 kids became zombies and they were rated as dark spirits. We also heard a bombshell today about Tammy Daybell, Chad Daybell's wife, who died suddenly. She was exhumed, her body was exhumed, and this jury heard today that she died of asphyxiation. So that is new information today. Then it was off to the defense. They were off and running. The defense attorney fumbled at times. Jim Archibald fumbled through papers. He apologized to the jury. And then he said, thank you, members of the jury, for keeping an open mind and for being taxpayers. I was assigned this case. This is some of the things that he said to them, quote, she had a life after death. She believed in life after death, and she believes that she will see her deceased family again, including her children. He went on to say that the evidence will show that she had a particular interest in the end of times. Thankfully, in this country, we are able to worship as we choose. He said that the pre-trial publicity in this particular case really tainted the public's image of Lori, and he said that you will find her not guilty.
All right. We'll see what happens there. The observations from I know you're not in the courtroom. Chanley's in the courtroom. She'll be joining us during the lunch break there. There's a lot of rules here, but you mentioned the monitor. What are you noticing? You haven't seen the jury, I take it, but what stands out?
Just really how nonchalant Lori Daybell is acting. She tilts her head at times. I saw her look up at the sky at one point in time when they mentioned that Alex Cox chose to do the Wi-Fi password on her house, and he text messaged her that the password was too many kids right before her kids went missing. She just looked up at the ceiling at that point in time. Colby Ryan, we're told by our producer, is in the courtroom, son of Lori Vallow. He has buried his head down many times when they talk about poor little JJ and Tylee in this particular case. We're also having lots of court watchers that are coming up to us and telling us that this is one case that they've followed from the beginning, like you at home. And we met up with a few court watchers before this all started this morning. They were lining up early. Here's what one had to say. Take a listen.
Killing her own kids, that's just, my kids are my heart. And for her to kill her own kids and then bury them, that doesn't happen in Idaho. That doesn't happen in Boise. We have very low crime. I think anywhere they had the trial, she would be found guilty, because I couldn't even believe it. And because they joined some cult church, it just kills me.
It's about time that the trial is starting. I'd like to know more about what happens. I'm looking forward to seeing the coverage and the verdict, of course.
So those are the themes here in the Boise area. Again, this is about 5 hours from where these crimes took place, where the bodies were located. Ted, but I can tell you, everyone wants more answers, and they really want to get in her head as to why in the first place. But everybody says that they are just here hoping for justice, and this has been a long time coming.
All right, again, they are still in the mid-morning break there in Idaho. As soon as they're back at it, we'll be getting notes from our Chanley Painter and Emanuela Grinberg in the courtroom. Matt will be watching as well in the overflow room. Matt will let you get back into the courthouse. Appreciate it.